Lovely to see you again, Julen.
How are you? Good?
Very good, thank you. Simple question to start off with. Why West Ham?
Why West Ham? There are a lot of... The first of all is morning of all of you. I am very happy to be here, and I see a lot of friends here that I knew before. Why? Because I have a lot of reason to be here. The first is that I am when I want to be, is here. I am in a big club. I am, in my opinion, in the London club. And because I think that we are one club with a big potential. You can look the pitch, the stadium, the fans that we have, all the environment that in this pitch. Always the fans put in each match. So, and I think that we have a very good platform, talking about the squad and the team and the players, to be able to do one step and to make a big noise. That is the aim that we want to make here. That's why I think that I have a lot of reason to say yes to West Ham, and I am very, very happy, with a big commitment, knowing the demanding that we have to put, first of all in ourselves, and after into the players and in all the club, trying to be better every day and to improve. This last year, they have been good years, but we have the aim and the ambition to improve.
Tim, just a question for you. I just want a similar question actually. Why was you the outstanding candidate? What's your relationship with the markets and sports?
Yeah. Well, as for players, we also have for coaches a profile, and this profile was that we're looking for an ambition coach who is hungry to achieve more. Also, of course, we was looking at some kind of profile in terms of playing style, philosophy, how you can integrate young players. Of course, also communication line, so how you talk to players, how you communicate to players. Definitely, it helps that Julen speaks a lot of languages. I think 3, right? Languages?
Yes.
Yeah.
Four.
Four. I'm sorry.
Basque.
So it's 2 more than my. So that kind of keys was really important for me as well. And after the first meeting we had with Julen, I was 100% convinced that he's the right coach for us. Yeah.
And Julen, Tim mentioned kind of style of play there. Of course, we saw style of play at Wolves previously. I wonder for a West Ham fan, what kind of style of play do you want to...
I don't hear you. What? Yeah. The style? Yes. I think that the style always, they talk a lot about style in all the teams, all the football. For me, the style is to be able to, he has to help you to win. Is the first step. This is the more important. But we believe in one style to be being actors with the ball, to be able to have the initiative, to be aggressive team, to try. You are going to try. But after this, in each match, you have a lot of part of the match. And if you ask me what I want, what my aim as a coach with my teams is, I want all. I want that my teams, they are able to understand what happened in each moment of the pitch, to have the right answer. So that's why we have to be we have to work a lot to become a complete team. When we have to take the initiative, we have to know how. And we don't have the initiative because we play against the other kind of teams too. We have to know how to take advantage of this moment. That's why in football is one of the bigger things, and that I love more is that in football you are going to be perfect. So every day you have any important thing to do and to improve in your job. So this is our aim.
And of course, the transfer window is open. I just wonder, is there any area in particular you'd like to strengthen the squad?
Yeah, it's time. This is maybe the question is more for team, but of course that all of us we are working to improve. The first thing that we have to highlight is that we are happy with the player that we had, of course, and we have a good platform, and we are going to try to improve, of course, because each season is different. The demanding is going to be very high. We know our start in the Premier League, so we have to be ready. We have to take advantage in the pre-season. We have to work very hard to be able to be ready in the right moment to start with a high level about the competitive level. So, and after, of course, we are going to need players as soon as possible, of course, as a coach, but knowing that it's not easy sometimes, and all of us together, we are going to work in the same way, the same patch. Maybe you can answer it better than me.
Yeah, I can tell you, or I cannot tell you about typical or the positions or kind of player names, whatever. But there will be busy summer for all of us, for sure, yeah, for Julen and myself.
I guess just final question, if you don't mind, just on that point. So you don't need size, I assume, sales players like we've seen with other clubs. You're in a good spot.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. The board and the owner did a good job the last couple of years, so we're able to spend money and don't have to sell, particularly, yeah.
Okay, Alex, do you want to come in for PLP?
Hi, sorry.
You've managed in Spain, you've managed in Portugal. How does the Premier League compare? What drew you back to the Premier League?
Comparing the Premier League, I think that the Premier League competition is the best competition in the world. I think that is either harder and in the same way is the more the competition that all of us want to compete. Coaches, players, is stronger. Very demanding competition, but in the same way, we love to be here because the environment that Premier League and all the fans around the Premier League, all the teams and the English culture, they are able to create in each match. This is special for all of us. I think that is one point, very important point, that all of us, we want to be here. If you ask me about to compare, I think that there are not comparison. It's the best competition in the world, undoubtedly.
Good to have you back. Casting your mind back to the 17th of March 2022 when you came here with Sevilla, were your overriding memories, and was there something about the atmosphere that night that
Yes. Just now I was regarding the dressing rooms, and I today have regard our dressing room, and I remember I told with Karen about this. I remember the day that we were here, that we suffered the environment that West Ham in this time enjoy because they won in the last moment. But I remember that I think that I would like to be here one day as a coach because I want to enjoy this kind of fans, this kind of club, this kind of environment was special. And now I am here, so I am very, very happy to be real my thought in this time and trying to repeat to have this strength. There are very, very important that to be able to take advantage in each match about our fans' strength. So this kind of environment, that ambient, always is going to help you a lot, and this is the extra energy that we need, and I am sure that we are going to have and to enjoy.
Where do you believe that you can take this? What are the goals and objectives for you?
What? Yes. I think that I don't want to put limits. I prefer to. I always say that you can dream, but you have to work very hard to achieve your dreams. This is that we are going to do. We know the difficulties that we are going to have, for sure. We are talking about the best competition in the world, about the best team, the best coaches. But we believe in us. We are going to work very hard to have one stamp as a club, as a team, and we are going to try to put this demanding inside the mind of the player. For me, it's very important. This, despite the quality of the players, to create this demand in between us and in the dressing room is, for me, is key. We are going to try to do this because we believe in this way to work, and it's going to help us to achieve more things. And after, we are going to go step by step. Now, you ask me, I am looking forward to be able to start against Aston Villa in the best way. And after, we are going to talk about the rest of the thing. But we don't put limits in our minds in this moment.
Finally, one for you, Tim. When it comes to signing players, just how important is it to you? You work really closely with them. What's your relationship like there?
Very important. But it's not only in terms of signing, it's also in discussion what kind of player we need and what kind of profile we're looking for. So the relationship to Julian in terms of recruitment is really, really important. And I'm trying to involve him as soon as possible. So we are talking almost every day right now.
Yes.
So no, really important, and especially in terms of what kind of profiles we're looking for. Yeah.
Thank you.
Couple from Ian for TalkSport.
Hi Julian, how are you?
Good.
You said that West Ham are a big club, big potential, but you don't want to put limits on what you can do here. So what are the ambitions straight away for next season? You're saying you want West Ham to win something next season?
No, more or less, I am going to repeat the same. Is my first worry or thought or illusion or ambition that I have now is the first is in 2 days we start working and try to convince the players that we are able to make a big noise here if we work very, very hard. We believe in us. We are ready to overcome all the difficulties we are going to have because the season, they are a very long season, and we are going to be ready for the good and the bad moments above all. I always say that in the bad moments you have a fantastic platform to start creating a new brand, and we are going to try to do this. And after, to be able to affront each match thinking that we are able to win every matches. This is my aim, my way to work. So we are going to try to do this. Knowing that this is not possible, is not going to be possible, of course, but always having this ambition in each match, in daily work. I repeat a lot this, but it's true. Try to put this kind of demanding of aim in the mind of the players. For me, this is very important because in the end, the players, they have to be main actors. We are here to help them, and of course to try to convince all of them that all of us together we are able to do a big noise in the Premier League.
And some of your predecessors, some of the managers who come forward have not played attacking football in wanting to win, and the fans just want to see attacking football. They want to be entertained every week. Is that what you're going to produce? Are you basically going to do here what, say, Ange Postecoglou did at Spurs last season?
I think the first of all is I am going to highlight the David Moyes' work here because he has been a very good work. Undoubtedly, I have a big respect for him as a person and as a coach. But here we are, and we have our way to think, our way to work, and the ambition to win a lot of matches and to be able to make one other step in this club. But if you ask me about the fans, always the fans want one thing is to win. I understand then, but we believe that we are going to be able to win more if we play well and we defend well. The football is about all, so we are going to try to take advantage of all our strengths as a player that we have, and to be able to play a collective football with the ball and without ball. And of course, I love the attack football, but I love to make a fantastic counter-attack depend of the match. So I think that we don't have to refuse any way to win. We have to take advantage, and to win is one of the bigger secrets in football. To win, you have a lot of ways, and sometimes all of them works. We have to choose our way.
Just a quick couple for Tim, if I may.
Of course.
This club's been crying out for a new, young, energetic striker probably for a good while now. Is that number one on your to-do list?
Oh, well, if it's young or old, at the end, that's a different question. But of course, we know that we are trying to build up the squad. And I said at the beginning, I wouldn't say that we just looking for striker or centre back, whatever. Trying to build up the squad, and of course, looking for improvements on different positions, not only the striker position. Yeah.
And it seems that every day I read of a different player being linked with the club from somewhere different. Like last week, it was Kyle Walker-Peters on one day, then it was a young Brazilian player, then it was, I think, Jake O'Brien. I mean, the strategy behind it, can you try and outline what it is? Because the last player West Ham bought from Championship was Jarrett Byrne. He's not okay.
Yeah.
You'd say whether you're looking mainly at home, mainly abroad, combination?
Well, I mean, England is our home ground, so we have to be at this market definitely as best as possible. That's for sure. So this is our home ground and our priority work definitely. But we are not closing the eyes for every other markets as well. So if there's a striker in Brazil or somewhere else, it doesn't matter for us. That's part of our job to find the right players for West Ham United. And at the end, it doesn't matter if it's from England or somewhere abroad, but definitely England is our key market, yeah.
Okay, last couple of broadcasts, couple from the BBC and then one from Dan from Haters at the end.
Julen, when you left Wolves, it was obviously right before the start of the season. First of all, how much thought did you have to give to doing that? But secondly, was it always in your mind that eventually you would be back in the Premier?
Yes. I have. I always say the saying that my first thought after my first experience in England it was to be here and to continue in the Premier League. That's why I stay a lot of time in England, knowing more about the England culture, about the England football. Each weekend I have seen a lot of matches in the Premier League, because our aim was very, very clear that we want to stay here and to continue here, because we have a big motivation to follow here, to continue here in the Premier League. That's why I am here. So I had very clear that my first aim was undoubtedly to stay here.
And when you were at Wolves, you were successful in that half season. What did you learn in that period that can help you now?
A lot. That each league is different, and of course, you're talking about the English league is different. Always we talk about the rhythm of the Premier League. The rhythm sometimes is about the way to manage the match, about the referees too. So all of us, as a coach, as a player, you have to adapt, to have one adaptation to English football. But in the end, it's football. It's football, and you have to win. You have to take advantage of your strengths. You have to try to avoid your weaknesses. So in the end, it's the same. But of course, I think that our before experience in England is going to help us to understand a lot of things about the Premier League demanding and the Premier League style, of course.
Tim, could I just ask you a couple of questions? Of course. Question about a couple of your players, basically. At Copa America, Edson Alvarez clearly got injured playing for Mexico. Do you know the extent of that issue and whether he will be fit for the start of the season, or have you spoken to him? And also Lucas Paqueta, who was away when he was charged by the FA, and that's still over him. Have you spoken to him about that situation?
Yes, on Edson, of course, I spoke to him. But more important is that the doctors from West Ham talked to him as well. So they are in direct contact. And right now he's doing first part of the rehab with the Mexican national team. So that's quite good. And then after that, he's flying back to England and trying to proceed the rehab over here. On Lucas, of course, I'll talk to him as well. Yeah, I actually visit him also in Brazil. Because I was watching some games and talked to him. We are just looking forward to have him back in London and for our club. And so he's one really, really important part for our team, and he's a member of the family of West Ham United. So we're just looking forward to see him and get him back.
And just sorry on Alvarez, are you giving any kind of even loose task?
No, so actually the doctors are in discussions about the rehab. So our doctors are talking to their doctors, and so they're taking care that the rehab is doing on one line. So that's more communication point. Yeah.
And one final broadcast from Haters, please.
Yeah, hi Julen, just at the back. I know Tim said that you don't need to sell players, but I mean, how important is it and how confident are you that you keep hold of the likes of Jared Bowen and Mohamed Kudus and Edson Alvarez?
Yes, of course. We are crossing our fingers each moment, each match that they are playing, because we suffer one big injury with Edson. So of course they are not good news for him and for us too, because he's an important player. And always we want that they smile and they have a success in this national team. But of course we are looking for that they come back in the best condition, of course, no? Because they are very important players. But let me only to add anything about Lucas Paqueta before it's not the same, but to add one opinion about him, that we know that he and his family is suffering a lot in this moment. But I like when I see him smiling in the last match, because he's enjoying to play football. He played very well football, and only to say him that here we are his family. He has his family in Brazil and here in England. Our club is his family. We are going to take care of him a lot, and of course that we are waiting and looking forward to see him in the pitch playing with us. So it is important to highlight, because of course I know that he and his family, they are suffering a lot, and we are looking forward to look here playing again with us. And sorry to add about the Lucas Paqueta answer.
Yeah, just to follow up on that then, I mean, there's no concern that what's going on off the pitch has affected him in any way. You still see the same player that West Ham signed?
I think that the last match he played very well. I was very happy to see him smiling. That's why I would like to see a lot of times this. It's good for him, it's good for us, of course, because he's a very important part in our team, undoubtedly. Yeah.
Okay, we'll turn the cameras off.